What's up, nerds? Welcome back to Real Reserve, where we talk about all things related to movies and physical media. I've gotten a few requests to show my entire collection, so in today's video, I'm going to be going through all of my discs. In order to save time, I'm not going to be showing any VHS tapes today. Instead, I think it makes more sense to break those out into a separate video on their own. So if you like DVDs and Blu-rays, you're in for a treat. I think I've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,200 or 1,300 discs. So without further ado, grab yourself a coffee and let's get into it. Alright guys, we're going to start off with some Blu-rays. I tend to separate my Blu-rays from my DVDs, but the DVD collection has grown so much that they've kind of crept over into the Blu-ray section. Before we get started, anyone that wants to volunteer, feel free to do a duplicate counter. I know I've got a bunch of duplicates in here and I don't feel like counting them myself, so if you want to keep like a running count and just throw that in the comments towards the end of the video, that would be great. My organization has kind of gone downhill as time has gone on, so these aren't alphabetized the way that I would prefer, but I just haven't taken the time to go in and clean everything up. So if you see random movies here or there, that's going to be why. So starting up, we've got Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer, Alien Romulus, 2 copies of Alien. I picked one of those up on Whatnot and unfortunately it didn't work, so I picked up a replacement copy that's still sealed. Haven't gotten around to watching that one yet. Then we've got A Good Day to Die Hard, Alice in Wonderland, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, The Apparition, Argo, Army of Darkness, The Batman, Batman Begins, Batman Returns, Babylon AD, the awesome Back to the Future Blu-ray set. Up top you'll see Bring Her Back. Really enjoyed that one, just don't have the space to fit it in. Bad Grandpa, that's a funny one with Johnny Knoxville in the full makeup as an old man. Bad Milo, Beetlejuice, I don't know where the original is at, but I'm sure we'll find it at some point. Bel Canto, The Big Lebowski, surprisingly, I haven't seen this one before, even though I've heard over and over again how good it is. At some point, I'll get around to watching that one. Moving on, we've got The Bike Riders, Black Swan, Brothers. Brothers was really good. I enjoyed that one. I've only seen it once. Very emotional, dramatic story on that one. Great performances as well. Blue Velvet from Criterion. Got this Charles Bronson collection. That one's wedged in there so tight I don't think I'll be able to get it out. But I believe that should be Death Wish 2, 3, and 4 from Charles Bronson. Big Top Scooby-Doo, The Bank Job, The Book of Eli, The Boy, Beauty and the Beast. Surprisingly, haven't seen that one before. I know that's embarrassing, but oh well. Bohemian Rhapsody, Bone Tomahawk, Collateral, Contagion, Cult of Chucky. There's awesome Essential Classic Monsters from Universal on Blu-ray. Very cool set there. Chernobyl Diaries, The Cursed, Companion. Really enjoyed Companion. Thought it was a pretty cool concept overall. Not like anything I've seen before. The Conjuring 1 and 2. Up top you'll see Death Valley. This is the kid that starred in the original Christmas Story. Pretty good thriller. I've only seen it once. It didn't blow me away, but I have to go back and watch that one again at some point in the future. Ironically, we have A Christmas Story, Charlie Countryman, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2, Civil War, which I picked up recently. Haven't had a chance to watch that one yet either. Connor in a Cornfield, A Clockwork Orange, Clerks 1 and 2. The Diary of the Dead, Walmart exclusive steelbook, which is still sealed. See if I can get that out here. Pretty cool steelbook. No idea if that movie is going to be any good or not, but I guess we'll see. The Campaign, The Crazies, Cocaine Bear. If you're doing the counting, there's the first duplicate. 2 copies of Dunkirk. Really good movie, by the way. Up top, we have Death Race with the Slip. Love a good Jason Statham movie, as you're going to see coming up. We've got Donnie Brasco, the Kino release of Death Wish. Love Charles Bronson. Devil's Due. The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, 30 Days of Night, Daredevil, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Devil Inside. I remember seeing Devil Inside in theaters whenever it first came out. I was like 12 or 13 years old. That one scared the absolute hell out of me. I watched it again not too long ago. It doesn't hold up and hold that same effect, but a good movie at the time nonetheless. The Departed. There's another Donnie Brasco double pack, duplicate number 2. Django Unchained, which I think is Quentin Tarantino's best film. Elysium, Everest, The Expendables, Edward Scissorhands, Elf Story, Elf with Will Ferrell, an excellent Christmas comedy. Really like that one. I've seen it over and over and over again, probably 50 times at this point, but it never gets old. Then we have the classic from David Lynch, Eraserhead. Moving on to the next shelf, we've got this cool Exorcist Special Edition. E.T. the Extraterrestrial on 4K. I actually saw this one for the first time a couple of months ago. Another one that's really embarrassing to admit that I haven't seen it before, but really, really good movie nonetheless. We've got The Equalizer, Fast 5. I don't really like the Fast and the Furious movies outside of the first one, but I saw this one for really cheap on Whatnot, so I impulsively picked that one up. That'll probably get sold at some point here in the near future. Final Destination, The First Omen, The Fly. The Fly I really enjoyed. I hadn't seen that one before until somewhat recently. Jeff Goldblum has a great performance in this. I think it's a pretty cool story overall with some nice gross out scenes in there as well. Up top we've got the Devil's Rejects and the Death Wish remake with Bruce Willis. Moving on, we've got Fences, The Fighter, 50 Shades of Grey, Finding Dory, Frogman. That's another good one. If you're into found footage horror films, I definitely recommend checking out Frogman. It's got some pretty good jump scares and a weird story overall. Frozen, Gangster Squad, Gatsby, Gemini Man, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is an excellent film. Really enjoy Daniel Craig and his performance in this. Pretty long, but a great movie overall. Got a double pack of Gladiator and Troy, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Goodfellas, Gran Torino, Great Balls of Fire. I picked that up recently. Really enjoyed this movie. Haven't seen it in several years, so we're going to have to come back and watch this one again here in the near future. The Great Escape, Guardians of the Galaxy, Grown Ups, Godzilla, as well as Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think this is the Bryan Cranston movie. And obviously this is still sealed, so I haven't gotten around to watching that one yet. Gridiron Gang, pretty much a football classic. Hacksaw Ridge, which I think is one of the saddest war films I've ever seen. Maybe it doesn't quite take the cake, but a really sad movie overall. Got the 2 Scream Factory releases of Halloween 1 and 2. I think these are really cool releases. There are multiple discs. In addition to the 4K, you've also got the original color timing, which I actually prefer on Blu-ray. I've also got Halloween 3, which I picked up recently. I've been a long time hater of this movie, I guess because so many people say that it's the best Halloween film of all time, and I just disagree with that so much. But I decided to pick up a copy of it and give it another try. I think this is a good Halloween film. If they would have released this outside the Halloween franchise, I think it would have been received a lot better. Not the best Halloween film in the series, but a great standalone horror movie in and of itself. Moving on, we've got a 2-pack of the Halloween 1 and 2 Rob Zombie remakes, which I really enjoy. I saw these in theaters whenever they first came out. I was probably 15 years old. They get a lot of hate. I really like what Rob Zombie did with the story there and how brutal the kills are. I think it's just a different take on the Halloween series. Moving on, we've got Halloween 2018, which I really enjoyed. Hall Pass, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I've also got the Arrow release of Hellraiser, if I can get that out. This one has the alternate artwork. I just flipped it around. I think I prefer this one. Really cool release from Arrow there. Hitman Unrated, House of a Thousand Corpses, Horrible Bosses 1 and 2, Home Alone, House at the End of the Street, The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Here we've got the Vinegar Syndrome release of Ice Cream Man. I've only seen this one once, but I thought it was pretty good. The Iceman, Insidious Chapter 2, Into the Storm. Then hiding up here, we've got Dracula Untold and Bela Lugosi's Dracula as well. Check that out. That's a really cool one to have on Blu-ray. I think I've got it on DVD and VHS as well. Okay. Moving on, we've got Inception, which I really enjoyed. I remember the first time I saw this in theaters, it absolutely blew my mind. By the end of the movie, I completely forgot that they went into the first dream on the plane. So coming back to that was pretty mind-blowing, at least in my mind. Independence Day, The Iron Claw, which I still haven't gotten around to watching. Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Inherent Vice. Interstellar. Jaws 2, Blu-ray and 4K. There's another duplicate if you're counting. Jennifer's Body, Jezebel, John Wick 1 through 3, Killing Them Softly, Krampus, Killer Clowns, Kill, The Killing, Life of Pi, Lord of the Rings. I don't even know which one that is. I don't really like Lord of the Rings films, as you can tell, but I've got that one. Lego Movie, Looper, Lone Ranger, and Longlegs. Really enjoyed this one. I thought Nicolas Cage's performance was absolutely ridiculous, but really enjoyed it. Thought the ending was pretty good as well. Alright. And hanging out up top here, we have Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I think is probably the best Dracula movie that's ever been made. And Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. Gotta have that as well. Moving on to the next shelf, we've got a couple copies of The Lion King. We've got Lion King on Blu-ray as well as Lion King on 4K. Lion King 2 on Blu-ray. Lights Out. This one really scared me whenever it first came out in theaters. I'd never seen anything similar to this. Anything from James Wan tends to be pretty scary in my opinion. Haven't seen this one in several years though. Lincoln, Letters from Iwo Jima, Minions, Mad Max Fury Road, Magnificent Seven, Mama, Man of Steel, Megan Levy, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Monsters Inc., Mother. Now that's a weird one. If I can get that out here. So this is a weird one. You've got Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem. If you haven't seen this one, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's definitely a mind trick. Hiding up top, we've got two recent additions, Weapons and Midsummer. If you saw one of my recent videos, you know Midsummer really disappointed me. I think it's so close to The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage that I pretty much knew exactly where the movie was going to go. Beautifully shot with excellent sound design. Normally I harp on A24 and I like all their releases. That one just didn't quite hit the mark for me though. Moving on, we've got The Mule, 12 Monkeys, Midway, The Meg 2, Moneyball, The Mummy, Another Mummy, Misconduct, The Munsters, which I haven't seen yet, even though I really enjoy Rob Zombie films. I need to get around to watching this one here soon. Night of the Living Dead from Criterion, No Country for Old Men. I've also got the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K Steelbook that came out recently. Really cool release here. The Notebook, in case you decide you want to be really sad. No Escape, Old School, Oblivion, The Phenom, Panic in the Streets, Paranormal Activity 1 and 3. Somewhere in here I've got the big 6 or 7 film set. Planet of the Apes, Platoon, Pray for the Devil, Prometheus, Pride and Prejudice Zombies, The Peanuts Movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, which in my mind is one of the saddest movies I believe I've ever seen, if I can get it out. This is one of those movies that's so sad I vowed to never watch it again. I'm sure I will at some point, but I'm going to have to work myself up for it. Pineapple Express, Phantasm, Ravager, The Possession, The Purge, Poltergeist, Pulp Fiction, as well as a 4K of Possessor. And hiding up here we have the Vestron Video Blu-ray Wishmaster collection. For all of my Wishmaster fans out there. Next up, we've got a Rambo box set. First Blood, Rambo Last Blood on 4K. Rage, The Raven, The Return of the Living Dead, Resident Evil, Reservoir Dogs, Requiem for a Dream, Robin Hood, RoboCop. I believe this is the RoboCop remake and not the original. Rocky 1, 2, 4, and 5. I believe I also have Rocky 3. I just don't know exactly where it's at. Rosemary's Baby, which I thought was really disappointing. Whenever I bought this at Barnes & Noble, I heard someone talking about how overrated it was. For some reason, that made me buy it. I completely agree with what they were saying. I think this one just didn't hold up with time. At the time that it came out, it was probably a lot scarier, but in my opinion, nowhere near one of the scariest movies of all time. Restrepo, The Revenant, Righteous Kill, Salem's Lot, Satanic Panic, Scream, and Sleepy Hollow. Moving to the next shelf, we've got Spectre, Skinamarink on Steelbook, Skyfall, 7, The Strangers Chapter 1, The Sitter, a couple Star Wars sets, 2 copies of The Force Awakens, Superbad, The Condemned, 2001 Space Odyssey, which I still haven't been able to sit through. I've heard so many people say that it's such a great film, but just haven't made the effort yet. Shudder, Shutter Island, Saw: The Final Chapter, Sorority House Massacre, couple Superman films, Spider-Man 3, 2 copies, The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man Welcome Home, or Homecoming rather, Safe House, Slumdog Millionaire, Scarface on 4K, Southpaw, Spit on Your Grave, Steelbook, Smokey and the Bandit 4K, Trolls. You'll see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K Steelbook hiding up here as well. A recent edition, All Hallows Eve, Terrifier 1 through 3 with Terrifier 3 on 4K Steelbook, Tombstone, Transporter 1 through 3, True Grit, Toy Story 3. Check out that Art the Clown Funko Pop. I think that's pretty cool. I picked that up at GameStop fairly recently. The Thing on 4K, Ticket to Paradise, Uncle Buck, Unforgiven, several Underworld films. There's a 4-film collection from Warner Brothers of horror/thrillers. X-Men Origins, Vampires Suck, that one's pretty funny if you've ever seen it. Vietnam in HD, Venom, Woman in Black, The Wolfman, War, Wolf of Wall Street, Wolf Creek on Steelbook, Warning Shot, 310 to Yuma, Year 1, Zombieland, 31 and 3 from Hell. If you were paying attention, also have Jackie Brown tucked up here as well. Tucked away in this cubby, we've got the 4K of 1917, The Taking of Pelham 123, the original and the remake, Total Recall, Ted Unrated, Traitor, Top Gun Sealed, one of the Trailer Park Boys movies, The Toll, and a Thrills and Chills pack from Paramount. Moving down, we've got several seasons of Mad Men on Blu-ray that I picked up at Goodwill for $1 or $2 a piece. King Kong vs. Godzilla. I think this one is absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen this one, I definitely recommend checking it out. I don't remember the year on this. I think it's the 60s. But this is the one where they're wearing costumes and it looks absolutely ridiculous. Really fun time to give that one a watch. Die Hard, The Road Warrior, Gangs of New York, Serpico from Kino Lorber, Evil Dead 2, Deathgasm, Christmas Story on 4K. Again, if you're counting those duplicates, there's another. House, Kronos, Antichrist, Come and See, Uncut Gems, The Irishman, Raging Bull, Scarface, Basket Case, Shaun of the Dead. We've got a 2-pack, Children of Men and Repo Man. I picked that up just for the copy of Repo Man. The Boy, Joker, Working Man, 4K of Enter the Dragon, The Enforcer and Sudden Impact Double Pack, King Kong Skull Island, Maxine, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Cobra, Phone Booth, Road Trip on 4K from Kino again, Cloverfield, and Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Moving down into the nitty gritty, we've got Full Metal Jacket, Black Mass, Suicide Squad, Unsane, Child's Play, that's the remake, Freaks, Necronomicon, The German Chainsaw Massacre, those are bootlegs, Risky Business, Salt, Resident Evil Afterlife, Deadpool, Lord of War, August Underground for all you weirdos, Murder on the Orient Express, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I believe that's the live action film. Final Destination Bloodlines, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, both from Arrow, Good Burger on Steelbook, In a Violent Nature on Steelbook, Small Soldiers, and Ace Ventura Pet Detective, again both on Steelbook, Four Brothers, The Wedding Singer, Bridesmaids, Prisoners, Heretic, Talk to Me, Hot Fuzz, Predator, Nightbreed, The Ultimate Cabal Cut, that's a bootleg as well, The Dark Tower, Child's Play, the original, Sleepaway Camp, Swingers, Billy Madison on 4K from Kino, The Crow Remake 4K Steelbook, The Witch, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. There's that 6-movie Paranormal Activity collection pack. The Witch on 4K. Friday the 13th Killer Cut. Puppet Master. Wayne's World 1 and 2. Shark Night. Grudge Match and Avatar. Super Troopers. The Punisher. This is the Tom Jane one, which I think is the best Punisher. Here's a bootleg of Guinea Pig. If you've ever seen this one, this is absolutely weird. Don't necessarily recommend checking that out. The Monkey from Neon. The Editor. A 4K of the Toolbox Murders. Massacre in Dinosaur Valley from Severin, 28 years later on 4K, and Justice League. Moving on, we've got Psycho Girls, the original Saw, Lake Placid, Dirty Harry and Magnum Force, The People Under the Stairs, a 3-film Big Mama collection, Heat on 4K, The Town, Oculus, Fearless and Unleashed double pack from Jet Li, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Hangman, Secret Window, Spider-Man 1, Shrek 4 movie collection. There's the 4K of the original Lion King, Flight, Long Kiss Goodnight, Halloween 35th Anniversary Edition. I believe this one is sealed. I picked this up at my local Goodwill for $1. Had to have it, even though I've got several copies of it already. I think this is just really cool to find at a thrift store. 4K Nosferatu, Parasite, Tyler Perry's Boo. You've got to have some Tyler Perry movies in order to have a full collection. And Videodrome from Criterion. And finally, tucked away in another cubby, we've got the 4K of Carlito's Way, The Lazarus Effect, X, Training Day, The Shallows, another bootleg of The Devil from 1972, Flight Risk, The Mist, and another Star Wars The Force Awakens. Moving on to DVD, we've got Anger Management, Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, American Wedding, Altered, Altered States, Area 51, Anchorman, Apocalypse Now, Arachnophobia, Along Came a Spider, American Gangster, Anaconda, Alien vs. Predator, Blair Witch, Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2, Bruno, Babar the Movie, Basic Instinct, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, Batman, Beethoven's Christmas Adventure, Back to the Future Part 2, Batman Year One, The Benchwarmers, Billy Madison, Blades of Glory, Blade Runner The Final Cut, Blazing Saddles, Blood Diamond, Boogeyman, Borat, Brokeback Mountain, The Butterfly Effect, Blast from the Past, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Beastly, The Berenstain Bears, Bears Take a Car Trip, The Black Dahlia, Blues Brothers, The Bourne Identity, Supremacy, and Ultimatum, The Breakfast Club, Bug, Blow, Penn and Teller Bullshit, Volume 2, Blade 1 and 2, The Brothers Grimm, Beautiful Mind, Case 39, Catch Me If You Can, which I've seen probably 40 times at this point, Crouching Tiger, Central Intelligence, Charlie's Farm, Crawl, several of the Dirty Harry movies on DVD as well, a true crime collector's set, I have no idea what's on that, and Carrie to finish out this shelf. Moving to the next shelf, we've got Coraline, Creep, which I think is the most expensive DVD that I have in my entire collection. I think I had to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $55 or $60 for this one. The Crow, Columbiana, Carlito's Way, Chaos, Casino Royale, Cry Wolf, Casino, The Curse of Benjamin Button, Castaway, Constantine, Dark Shadows 50th Anniversary Collection. I actually found this one at Goodwill for $2.99. As you can see, I think they still sell this set or a set similar to this one at Walmart for $30 or $40. So I thought that was a cool find. Dallas Buyers Club, Daybreakers, 28 Years Later, Domestic Disturbance, The Descent, Dead Silence, David Blaine's Fearless. If you're into any type of card magic or street magic, you'll know who David Blaine is. Diablo, Disturbia, George Romero's Dead Time Stories, Devil Dolls. I'm sure that's absolutely terrible, but I haven't gotten around to watching it to know. Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Dr. Dolittle 2, Dumb and Dumber, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Horton Hears a Who, Domestic Disturbance Again, Dracula 2000, Dunkirk Again, Deja Vu, Venice the Menace, Deliver Us from Hell, Drag Me to Hell, 30 Days of Night Again, Death Trap, Double Jeopardy. Here's a Turner Classic Horror Movie set. That's pretty cool, I think. Masters of Horror, Stuart Gordon, Valerie of the Stairs, Dracula Untold, The Eye, Edward Scissorhands, Ernest Goes to Camp, and Ernest Scared Stupid. What's a movie collection without some type of Ernest movies? I think I've got both of those on VHS as well. Employee of the Month, Eraser, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I think is greatly overrated, Face Off, the Fast and the Furious original, Fight Club, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Forrest Gump, A Few Good Men, Finding Nemo, The Fog, Foxcatcher, Fracture, Freddy vs. Jason, Friday, Friday After Next, and The Fox and the Hound 2 to round out this shelf. Continuing on to the next shelf, I have The Fifth Element, The Fighter, Final Destination 2 and 3, Fist of Fury, Fury, The Gansfeld Haunting, Garfield the Movie, Garfield A Tale of Two Kitties, Ghost Ship, The Greatest Showman, Gravity, Godfather DVD collection, which contains all 3 films, Godsend, Austin Powers Gold Member, The Goonies, Gone Fishing. I actually don't know what that is. Gosford Park, The Gift, Grandma's Boy. There's a classic right there for you. Also found this one at a Goodwill for $1. The Grudge 1 and 2, Goldfinger, The Gingerbread Man, Hollow Man, Hannibal Rising, Half Baked, House on Haunted Hill, The Hunt for Red October, Hellboy, R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour, Hostel 1 and 2, High Fidelity with John Cusack, The Hills Have Eyes, the original and the remake, A Haunting in Connecticut. I believe I have the full Harry Potter series, Halloween 4 and 5, Halloween Resurrection. I know that's everyone's favorite. Halloween Kills, Hide and Seek. Here's a 20 film horror collection. I have no idea what's on that one. That must be a Goodwill find as well. House of a Thousand Corpses, History of Evil, A History of Violence, Laird the Cable Guy Health Inspector, Hustle and Flow, Insomnia, A Haunting, and Inglourious Bastards to round out this shelf. On the next shelf, I have Identity, It 1 and 2, The Italian Job, Intruders, It Comes at Night, Insidious. Fun fact about this one, I actually saw this in theaters whenever it first came out. 4 or 5 minutes into the movie, when the old lady first pops up, I think in the mirror, 2 guys actually ran out of the theater, so fond memory of that one. I Am Legend, Letters of Iwo Jima Again, Invader Zim, She-Wolf of Ilsa. I don't know if I can show the cover of this one. I don't know if YouTube's gonna like that. I found this one at a Goodwill for $1. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be an exploitation film. I think it goes for 40 or 50 bucks from what I saw on eBay at the time. Interview with the Vampire, Joyful Noise, The Judge, Jackass 1 and 2, Jarhead, Joyride, Kingpin, Woody Harrelson classic there, Kicking and Screaming, Kill Bill, King's Ransom, Killing Eve, The Karate Kid, Knives Out, Knocked Up, A Knight's Tale, The Little Vampire, The Lazarus Project, Red Dragon, The Lake House, The Last Castle, The Lion King 1.5, Labyrinth, Leprechaun Triple Feature, Land of the Dead from George Romero, The Lincoln Lawyer, The Lords of Salem, 3 of the Lord of the Rings films that I've never seen, The Little Rascals, The Lost Boys, Liar Liar, Legend of the Fall, Mr. Woodcock, Chris Angel's Mind Freak. I'm not sure exactly which season that is. Murderous Intent, Meet Dave, 47 Meters Down Uncaged, Tyler Perry's Medea's Witness Protection, $1 Million Baby, Marley and Me, Man on Fire, and the Medea Christmas movie. Heading to the next shelf, I've got Machete, Major League, The Midnight Meat Train, Memento, The Mechanic, Paul Blart Mall Cop, The Matrix, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Meet the Fockers, Mr. Deeds, Monster, Matchstick Men, Medea's Family Reunion, Man on the Moon, Me, Myself, and Irene, Michael Clayton, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Mr. Brooks, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Mystic River, Nacho Libre, Chronicles of Narnia, No Good Deed, National Treasure 1 and 2, Night of the Demons. Again, that's another one that I had to pay a bit of money for. The Net, Napoleon Dynamite, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Office Space, Orange County, 1 Hour Photo, Open Water, there's a Out of the Vault Rewind Nickelodeon, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Outsiders, Stephen King's Pet Sematary, The Pursuit of Happiness, Popeye, Pitch Perfect, The Patriot, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Public Enemies, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, The Prestige, Predators, Premonition, A Perfect Getaway, The Pianist, The Replacements, Rush Hour 3, The Right, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, Rocky Balboa, The Ring, 1 and 2, and Roadhouse to round out this shelf. Picking up with the Blu-rays end, I've got Fright Night 2, Eric Clapton Crossroads Guitar Festival 2007, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Ernest Saves Christmas, Happy Feet, another copy of Matchstick Men, My Girl, Blue Steel, Sahara, Stranger Than Fiction, Law Abiding Citizen, The Green Hornet, Ronin, Role Models, Eddie Murphy Raw, Red Eye, Reservoir Dogs, The Rules of Engagement, Rocky Horror Picture Show again, Ray, Rambo, Rise, Robots, Rugrats in Paris, Rio Bravo, Rush Hour 1. Again, you can see that my ordering is kind of bad here. As your collection starts to grow, your organization goes out the window. Saving Private Ryan, Seabiscuit, Secret Window, Shallow Hal, Smurfs Collection, The Shawshank Redemption, Stealing Harvard, Sinister, Shaun of the Dead, Sin City, 7 Pounds, Spanglish, This is Spinal Tap, The Strangers, unrated, that's the original film, Shark Night, See No Evil, Survival of the Dead, The Smurfs True Blue Friends, Volume 1, Silence of the Lambs, a 5-disc Saw collection, Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, The Stand, The Shining, The Sixth Sense, Schoolhouse Rock, Spider-Man 2, Soul Survivors, Superman 4, Scary Movies 1 through 3, a couple of Scooby-Doo films, the SNL Will Ferrell collection, Signs, 8 movies on serial killers, I'm sure that's going to be a good one, I Spit on Your Grave, The Shed, Tommy Boy, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. The Campaign, The Andromeda Strain, Chicken Little, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Quarantine. I think this one's a pretty good found footage film. I don't hear anyone talk about this one, so I think this one might be a hidden gem. Let me know if you've seen this one down in the comments below. "16 Candles, Stand By Me, Cabin Fever, Death Warrant, Oddity, Dinner for Schmucks, Poltergeist, Flight of the Phoenix, Hannibal, Black Widow, Get Out, The Incredible Hulk, Big, Dodgeball, Weekend at Bernie's, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, Psycho, The Ringer, Fear of the Dark, Sleepers, Above the Law, The Skeptic, The Woman in Black, Twister, Lake Placid 2, Trading Places, Ghost, there's a sealed Hellraiser, My Cousin Vinny, Serpico, Baghead, Up, Meet the Parents, which is in terrible shape, Trick or Treat. I found this one the other day at a Goodwill. It's got Ozzy and Gene Simmons in it. No idea if this is any good. More than likely, this is absolute slop, but thought it was pretty cool. Studio 666. The Skeleton Key, School of Rock, The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, Step Brothers, Snatch, Saw the Final Chapter, again, Thank You for Smoking, The Thin Red Line, This is 40, Trailer Park of Terror. Again, that's probably straight slop. Wes Craven's They, Torment, True Lies, The Terminal, The Truman Show, 15 films of horror that you should not watch alone, I Know What You Did Last Summer, When a Stranger Calls, Without a Paddle, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, Training Day, To Sir with Love, The Tommyknockers, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator 3, 13 Ghosts, Us, The Uninvited, Urban Legends Bloody Mary. This movie absolutely sucks. If you want this, let me know in the comments. You can have it. I'll mail it to you for free. Unbreakable, National Lampoon's Vacation, Up, Van Helsing, Van Wilder, The Village, V for Vendetta, John Carpenter's Vampires, Visitors, The Wrestler, The Wicker Man, The Whale, Where the Wild Things Are, Wind Chill, The Warriors, War of the Worlds, Willard, Wrong Turn, Wishmaster 1 and 2, Waiting, War of the Worlds, Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story, and Walk the Line to finish out this shelf. The last shelf, I've got Mr. Peabody and Sherman, Wishmaster 3, Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset Strip, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Exorcist, not sure which Exorcist movie that is, Exorcist the Beginning, Pirates of the Caribbean 2, White Noise, John Q, The Simpsons Movie, Poltergeist 2 and 3, Dead Poet Society, Hatchet 2, Hansel and Gretel, Tarzan, House on Haunted Hill double feature, The Fifth Element again, Remember the Titans, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Fallen, the original It, 47 Meters Down, 1408, Deliverance, The Collection, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, The Breakup, PG Psycho Gorman, The Terminator, 50 First Dates, Halloween 1978. This is actually the TV cut, which has a bit more content towards the beginning. Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead, Zodiac, Alice in Wonderland, Fahrenheit 9/11, Ford versus Ferrari. There's another Bela Lugosi Dracula, Freebirds, Striptease, Vegas Vacation, Scent of a Woman. This is Spinal Tap again, Tin Cup, Dead Dad, The Social Experiment, Cinderella 3, The Rescuers Down Under, Dumbo, Homeward Bound, Stallone Lockup, Holes, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Zoolander, Stallone in Daylight, Akilah and the Bee, Family Guy, The Stewie Griffin Untold Story, Mr. Mom, The Pelican Brief, The Jacket, Die Another Day, White Noise again, Walking Tall, Bela Lugosi White Zombie, You, Me, and Dupree, 300, 9. There's a Denzel Washington 3-pack, 4-pack actually, Fantastic Four, Ringu 2, American History X, the 4 Horror Unleashed collection. Let's look at what that is. Devil's Knot. There's another 4-film collection. Looks like The Conjuring, Annabelle, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, Cold Creek Manor, The Land Before Time Complete Collection, The Wizard of Oz, Eye for an Eye, The Reaping, Tropic Thunder, August Rush, Constantine, The Hills Have Eyes. Again, both of those are going to be duplicates if you're counting. Into the Abyss, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, Silent Hill, Captain Phillips, How to Train Your Dragon, Apartment 1303, For a Few Dollars More, Ernest's Wacky Adventures Volume 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, A Fistful of Dollars, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, Dinner for Schmucks again, Inside Man, The Smurfs Smurftastic Journey, Jumanji, Rio 2, The Lorax, Tomb Raider, I don't even know what that is, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, Body of Lies, and Major League. As always, that was a lot to go through. If you made it to this point in the video, thanks so much for watching. Do all the things, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.